As the civil unrest is characterized by violence, looting and razing of shops and malls, it's left a trail of destruction, as you've seen in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. The South African Clothing and Textile Workers Union says it is deeply disturbed by the serious damage caused by the looting. The Cosatu affiliated union said it was deeply concerned about the serious damage that the recent lootings in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng and other places elsewhere have caused to workers and their families. Meanwhile, business owners and workers are also devastated by the ongoing looting. We're speaking now to Zingiswa Losi, who is Cosatu's president at the Labour Federation. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us.
Good evening, Tsepiso, and good evening to your viewers.
Let's hear from you and the conversations that are taking place within Cosatu. So there are those who say that these attacks are in support of one individual and his incarceration. Some say the systematic burning and destruction of infrastructure is clearly an organized attempt to challenge the authority of the state. What is Cosatu's view?
So Cosatu has always said that in this country we have a ticking time bomb as it relates to unemployment, poverty and inequality. But we would know that some of the uprisings that have taken place, when people go and loot and destroy, they say they are doing it in the name of supporting the former president, Jacob Zuma. They speak against his incarceration. Cosatu has always said that we must all, as South Africans, respect the rule of law and allow the courts to do their work. We have attorneys and senior advocates that are dealing with legal matters, and there are processes that must be followed for us to get justice in our country. And we have always also said that the transformation of the judicial system is important. So if we want to have a debate, let's have a debate about that. But the looting and destroying of property is going to, or has already led us to the difficulties that those that are directly affected will have to deal with when they wake up the next day without jobs to go to. And if I were just to speak about the tangible realities that we are faced with, is that when people went and looted and destroyed shops, there are farm workers in the sugar cane who those sugar farms were burned, the sugar mills were destroyed, the food trucks were blocked from the freeways, and shops have been destroyed. So this speaks to food security. This speaks to those workers that tomorrow have no place to go to in terms of ensuring that they're able to feed their families. We have the retail sector, Tsepiso, that was looted. Those jobs are destroyed. The malls have been destroyed. Some may never reopen. We have the textile industry, as you alluded to, that the infrastructure, the factories have been destroyed and burnt down. You have the health sector, Tsepiso, that the vaccines, for an example, as we are dealing with COVID-19, have been stolen, destroyed. We have seen the pictures of South African National Blood Services being broken into. And these have DNAs of people of South Africa, who tomorrow are the ones that will be suffering. And all of us will be, after today and tomorrow, when everything has come to a standstill, we will have to reflect, and the negativity of it is what we'll have to bear.
I'd just like to hear from you, Ms. Losi, as you talk about that the food insecurity. So in Durban, for the first time, there are reports of people having run out of food and being unable to find food. Similar situations are developing here in parts of Gauteng. And I've heard what you said, but do you really believe that workers who believe in a functioning state in order to have a livelihood would take part in such upheaval? What are the sinister underlyings of these actions that we're not seeing, that we're not talking about?
Look, we do not want to speculate, Tsepiso, because we have people that have the responsibility to use the information that they receive and be able to tell us what is it that we're dealing with.
Okay.
Others, you know, we as South Africans, we are all opinionated about these issues. And others will want to blame others and say, but this is because of a third force, okay, which is white monopoly capital, and others may have different.
All right, so then let's not do that. But I would like to hear from you whether you would agree with an assessment that this is one of the largest food riots in recent global history, and that the ANC government is presiding and has presided over the current situation.
Indeed, there is no dispute about that. And the challenges that then we would be faced with. This is the biggest thing. South Africa, since the democratic dispensation, we have never thought that we will arrive where we are. And it takes us back to what Cosatu have said, that we are sitting on a ticking time bomb. That is why at the level of NetLab, we make the interventions we do at the policy level, Tsepiso, because we have always understood that until we deal with the issues of inequality in our country, these issues that we're dealing with are unavoidable. But what we are saying is that we have to find a way, business, community, government, and organized labor at the level of NetLab. We have to continue working together to find the remedies of the current situation that South Africa is dealing with, which does not start now in the week of the violence that we have seen, which is what has always been brewing. That is why we are making an intervention again, making a call at the level of NetLab tomorrow to say to our government, business, and civil society that we need to bring back the basic income grant of 350 to alleviate the levels of poverty that people are sitting with. That is why we're saying to the constituencies at NetLab that we need to come together at the table and be able to talk about what actions are we going to take collectively to take us out of the crisis.
Mr. Losi, let me ask this question then. You mentioned it earlier on. As an alliance partner, beyond what you've mentioned that you'll be calling for, are you surprised why the state has not made an announcement on an urgent plan to immediately ensure food security, including health security, which the President mentioned is in crisis?
Look, we have always had engagements at the level of the alliance. The issues that we will table at NetLab are issues that we'll also bring in the Alliance Political Council. We continue to meet. And we have always said, and in our statement that we issued 2 days ago, we said that some of the challenges that we're seeing today are as a result of the factional battles and the political battles that are taking place within the ruling party. In the absence of cohesion there, you have a political party that would have within itself people that are pulling in different directions. So we have always been, as a federation, that voice that always want to remind the African National Congress that you are not just a revolutionary movement, but you are a political party that is in power. And people of South Africa have voted you in power and we have made promises. It is time for us to deliver on those promises that we have put in the manifesto.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. Really appreciate your time. That is Cosatu's President Zingiswa Losi.